The boys waiting outside to see if my mum says yes to them coming in. The ancestors of today's bath bombs, bath beads, the throne of a chief, the throne of a king, the throne of a god.
Hello everybody, welcome, I'm Ziggy, you're watching TheSigiBot, and this is Vtuber Reacts to, a series where together we watch clips, compilations and all sorts of random stuff together. If you wanna me react to something, let me know in the comment section below. And now, let's enjoy the video. Let's go! So here we are. Today we have something really good. Guys, I got recommended this video by a friend of mine. We're gonna be reacting to memes of your childhood. And already by the first meme, I know it's gonna be great. So let us jump straight into it. Shall we, guys? Let's go!
These are the most popular outdoor toys ever made. I must have missed the meeting when step 5 happened. This is the baby shark of the 2000s, kids. I can hear this picture. One burned you alive, and the other one electrocuted you with static. How
So
strict
true,
were your
so
parents?
true,
My parents
so
could
true.
speak to me with their eyes. Only real ones remember. One was always not working.
Wait, can we go? Okay, let's start here. These are the most. I need a moment. This is just insane how true this is. High-powered rifle pistols and grenade swords. Dude, that's so true, man. If you had one of those sticks, you were the champ. What's the next one? Okay, let's start from the beginning. This is gonna be good.
These are the most popular outdoor toys ever made.
Okay.
I must have missed the meeting when step 5
I must have. Oh, that's true.
happened. This is the baby shark of the 2000s,
Yeah,
kids.
I
can
am a
hear this
gummy
picture.
bear.
One burned you alive, and the other one electrocuted you with static.
There are also these ones that go in waveforms. There's not one burnt you alive and one guy if you electrocuted. And then there is another one broke your bones because you would fly to the side of the site, and that was annoying.
How strict were your parents? My parents could speak to me with their eyes. Only real ones remember.
Yeah.
One was always
I still
not
have
working.
these ones
THX, the
somewhere.
loudest noise of your childhood. Scared the hell out of me every time. The original auto-tune. So, did anyone else go through a phase as a kid where you were genuinely concerned about the Bermuda Triangle? 6-year-old me was like, bro, why are we not solving this problem? I can both hear this image and feel it hitting me in the face. But anyone else smell it? Thinking it was illegal to turn this light on while your mum was driving. I will never get over the fact that this was the first YouTube app icon. Only OGs used to have these on their ceilings in their room. The flavor of the wooden spoon haunts me to this day. 7-year-old me when the computer wasn't even turned on. Overthinking during childhood. What do you remember the most from your childhood? Hey, did you ask yet? Me. No, my mum's in a bad mood. Me in my childhood for no reason. If you don't got one of these on your legs, you are soft. 7-year-old me, half asleep in the back of my parents' car. Me, making every turn in my head to see if I knew where I was. How are kids these days vaping? When I was a kid, I was trying to figure out how they got cars into malls. Why was there always a bite taken out of these? Because they were so good. 9-year-old me, watching television with my parents, not moving a muscle, so they don't know it's past my bedtime. This ball played a big role in almost everyone's childhood. This is the ball every kid played with in a store, but actually never bought or took it home. This picture just got stuck to the roof of my mouth. Who remembers these? These won't erase anything, and they taste horrible. What was your favorite struggle meal growing up? You ever had sleep for dinner? Total Wipeout was a legendary show, hands down. Bro, I used to think I could finesse all the obstacle courses. You don't know concentration until you have to take this thing from the sink to the freezer. Before Snapchat and Instagram was around. This is where you showed off your outfit. Never forget where you came from. These lollies used to cut tongues viciously.
Oh my god, I remember this.
Which has no explanation. Me in my childhood, without any reason. I am now convinced that most of us had the same childhood. Throwback Thursday. Where is computer number 9? We are not leaving until it's back in the cart. Elementary kids have iPhones, but this is what I did.
Never did
not
this.
a cell phone inside. Just people living in the moment. Remember in the early 2000s when your aunt would have a random bowl filled with blue glass pebbles
I remember
sitting
this.
in a windowsill. Anyone else remember remember when kids in school used to do this. Wait
No,
for it
I
to
never
dry,
did it.
then eat it. You had me all the
Did
way
you guys
up
do
until
it?
you
I
said
never
eat
did it.
Kids who played with their DSs like this are all now in prison.
Oh.
VeggieTales characters as vegetables. I found this image in the deepest crevices of my memories. What is this, and why do I remember it? They banned push pops in school because people were sucking them into pointy weapons. Who else
Never
remembers the temporary
had these.
buildings at school that were up for decades? Today's kids will never know how big of a deal it was to go to
Yeah.
the computer lab. This mustache obsession was so cringy. This was undoubtedly the weirdest part of the 2012 hipster trends. Your millennium babies wouldn't understand. This was Netflix before Netflix.
Yeah,
Only the real ones
yeah,
had the
yeah,
booklet
yeah,
DVDs with the Sharpie
exactly,
label. I'm
exactly.
this old.
We still have
Damn,
them
y'all are
some
going
there
deep
in
into
the
vault for this one. When things used to
pantry,
be so
not pantry.
simple. Sometimes I wonder if we all
Somewhere
actually
there
had the
hidden,
same
I remember, in a
childhood.
box.
7-year-old me disassembling and reassembling my pen. Did anyone
So
else's
true,
parents make
so
me go to
true.
sleep early 2 weeks before school started to prepare? Who remembers? Crack the egg was all fun and games until you got hit with a double bounce and went flying off the trampoline. Absolutely no one. 6-year-old us. 8 full grocery bags. 10-year-old
Yeah.
me. The Wii Me's were the original Bitmojis. Black dude in the orange shirt will beat you the hell up in boxing too. Who you got? I really would prefer not to see this kind of violence. When the raindrop you pick on the window doesn't win the race. I'm this old. This is why we can spot our
Oh
significant
my
other from a
God.
mile away. OMG, y'all remember this. All schools were not created equally because what is this? Me, when thousands of memes flash before my eyes before I die, instead of cherished memories of loved ones and my childhood. No one. 10-year-old me looking at the camera
Yeah, I
in
do
the
it every
supermarket.
day.
I used to hate
Every
dropping these
time.
things in class and they bounced across the whole country. Who remembers these? We all used to bite into these
Yep.
like they were actual
Yep.
burgers. Blow
Yep.
my mind. Curious George only liked him because he looks like a banana.
What?
Retweet if you remember using these as a kid. I really thought I deserved
What?
a degree in mechanical engineering after plugging these in.
What?
My little brother came home from the dollar store and threw one of these at me. I just went so far back into memory lane, I got lost. Resting your head on the cold window just hit different. What
Yeah.
were these for? Why are they so familiar? What's the dumbest thing you ever did as a kid? My shining moment was when I was like 4. I put floaties on my feet and jumped into a pool thinking I would walk on water. I almost drowned. $10 as a kid versus $100 as an adult. Before cell phones and social media, this is how we all figured out where
So
the squad was
true.
at. Me in my childhood without any reason. Those of you that had your first panic attack in one of these bad boys know what's up. Childhood
Yeah.
days. Is it downloading? Checks
Yeah,
with
I
finger.
still do
Yes,
it.
is.
I still
Mom,
do it.
I got your nose. 2-year-old me. 6-year-old me waiting for mum to choose what I'm going to wear after taking a bath. Me as a kid when I fix my toy car. Mechanic. Sure, death is scary, but remember Frank
Oh,
from Cars.
Frank.
Me, fake sleeping in the car as a kid so I can get carried inside. Having a kid sounds stressful. Like, how do you make sure they have just enough childhood trauma that they will turn out funny? 10-year-old me sitting at the top of the stairs, listening to my parents talk smack about me. Demon about to kill me as an 8-year-old. A blanket. 10-year-old me getting ready to open the door.
Blanket.
My mom's not home. This was probably the most irrational childhood fear that I had. What's the dumbest beliefs you
Oh,
had as a child? When I was 4 or
Jesus.
5, I swore that bird seeds grew birds, thus the name. When my parents asked me to prove it to them, I planted
Oh
a
my
pile of
God.
bird seeds. The next day,
Oh,
there were
it's so
loads
great.
of birds where
This
I
is
planted
the
the
best
seeds,
video I've
showing
ever
I was
seen.
right. Who knows what this is? A teachable moment for an overly curious child in a car
Yeah.
alone. Someone
Yeah.
lighting a cigarette. Me. Why do
Yeah.
you love pizza so much? My television as a
Yep.
kid. I found this in the depths of your memories.
Oh,
One time when I was like
I
11,
always
my
wanted
dad
to
took me
visit
to
one
an
of
Italian
these.
restaurant, and the waiter asked what
Why?
my name was,
We
and
never
I said,
had this
Sam,
in
you
our
can call me
area.
Captain Ravioli. And my dad just looked at me and said, what the fuck was that? Don't do that. And I've been chasing that high ever since. If you don't feel old yet, here's your childhood behind a glass magazine. Nobody. 5-year-old me in a mall. I can only step on white tiles or I will die. An accurate representation of going from childhood to adulthood.
Oh.
If you don't know this problem,
Pain.
I feel sorry for your childhood. Sharpening
Pain.
a pencil at the bin was the
Pain.
childhood equivalent of taking a cigarette break. Bro, I had to be the dumbest preschooler out there. Threw that thing in a scroll. I didn't even realize I spent my childhood playing with the virus.
Oh,
I was
no.
banned from taking baths when I was younger because I would use up all the bubble bath. And when confronted in the tub, I would retreat into the bubbles and tell them to schedule an audience if they wanted to meet the king of the bubble kingdom. This was
Oh
a
my
personal
God.
story I shared in confidence. All of you will be tried for death. I have no tolerance for treason in the bubble kingdom. Getting hit
Bubble
in the face
kingdom.
by this ball
Oh,
when it
yep.
was wet was mad.
Yep.
Felt like you got
Yep.
slapped
Yep.
by Wolverine. In
Yep.
6th grade, I
I
had a really
agree.
big crush
I
on this
agree.
boy. who had a girlfriend. So one day on AIM, I messaged him a link to the music video You Belong With Me by Taylor Swift. Joe, if you're reading this, that was weird. My bad. How old were you when you realized recess in elementary school was the teacher's mandatory breaks, not for the students? Today years old.
What?
Things that will hit you right in the childhood. Finding out your future. Whoever used to go to your parents' room at night to ask to go to a friend's house and just sat there on their bed for a while, pretending like you were interested in what they were watching, but really, you were just trying to build up the courage to ask. You did not have a childhood if you didn't put one of these bad boys under your legs in the pool.
As soon as I saw the picture, I knew what they were talking about.
Like a torpedo, and gives you a Mike Tyson uppercut from hell. I just told a story at work about my childhood that I thought was really funny, and now everyone is super quiet, and someone said, I'm so sorry. When a kid does this to your whip, what are you doing? There comes a time in every child's life when they remember a whooping. This will be the one. Who else remembers? You just took me way back with this one here. Do you remember when this was your only problem? Who else remembers doing this as a kid? I am a sword master. After I got a whooping, I would be laying down on the floor playing with this thing with tears running down my face. We really all lived the same childhood in different houses. 90s kinda sucked. Imagine being stuck in a house with no internet. Yuck. They had to put a commercial on the television that said, it's 10 p.m. Do you know where your kids are? For our parents to remember we existed. We were not stuck in the house. Just checking in. You and I used to have some wild Friday nights back in the day. The quality of this was so bad, but it really made you feel like an artist. I can feel the dryness of those markers in my bones. Getting out of your car in the 90s was like, without revealing your age, what's something you remember that if you told a younger person, they would not understand.
That's so great.
Birthday
Oh my
parties at
goodness.
McDonald's. Crazy how kids today will never know how fun it was to go outside every single day with your friends and just sit here. One day, we all sat on this for the last time together. None of us ever knew it. Mum, come outside. I got groceries. Me. I did not get this joke as a kid. No. This is how we turned on our computers in the 2000s.
We still do
acting
it.
like drug dealers every time she wants to give us some money. When you turn the basement lights off and run upstairs before
But
death
don't
consumes you.
consume you.
6-year-old me trying to force two magnets, even though they aren't going to stick together. Admit it, we've all done this while eating mac and cheese.
Still
Did
do
anyone
it.
else
Still
ever
do
pour
it.
soda into the cap and drink it like it was a
Yep,
shot?
still
Every
do it.
monstrosity
Still do
and
it.
horror I could think of. My bed. 6-year-old me. Postcard from child from camp. Not dead yet. 8-year-old's haircuts now versus my haircut when I was 8. Me, suddenly gaining self-consciousness at my 4th birthday party. Childhood's secret weapon. 5-year-old me putting a ball inside my clothes. Next thing I knew, I was pregnant. A nice rock I just found on the beach. 5-year-old me. These are stronger than most relationships these days. 7-year-old me in the supermarket, whenever I see a surveillance camera, opens a pack of chewing gum. The entire school knew it was going to be a good movie. When you seen this? 90s kids know. It's true. As a thousands kid, I don't know what bleeding or hoses are. All I know is pronouns and phone. 8-year-old me in the front of the mirror, trying to catch my reflection off guard. Bro, what the hell is this? I knew the car I drew in kindergarten was real. 10-year-old me after using my fingers to put on my shoes. Remember those days when you missed school and you would check the time and think, they're eating right now. Doing this without any reason. When I was younger and was in the shower and this happened, I thought I was a full-blown waterbender or Aquaman. Honestly, I'm getting tired of everyone having the same childhood experiences as me. If you don't know who this is, you did not have a childhood. She was the Thanos of our childhood. 5-year-old me seeing the moon during the day. 7-year-old me realizing mum's name isn't mum. Just found the cutest bottle ever. This brings back so many memories. 9-year-old me scared something happened to my mom because she isn't back from the market yet. The real ones know what's up with these. I was always scared to drink out of this straw because I was afraid someone didn't wash it good enough. Whenever I walk by a tree, I was today years old when I realized the Vans logo is the square root of the answer. Once you see it, you cannot unsee it. There is always that one innocent spoon in every home that you just dislike for no reason. Why do I understand this? If you did not drink milk out of a bag in grade school, you are too young for me. Am I the only one who drank out of a small carton like a normal child? I got the squad on speed dial, parts of a playground versus what they felt like. 90s hoverboards. Gym class used to be lit whenever the teacher pulled out these. If you recognize this image, you are qualified for a veteran's discount. Who else used to make these? All I can hear is, can you start this for me? Y'all poke or peel these. I thought using your front teeth was the only option. What kids have these days versus what we had. You already know what season it is. These things smack in the summer. 8-year-old me pretending to smoke when it's cold outside, when mom lets you keep the change. 6-year-old me trying to invent a new color. Wait, Wait here, I will be back.
Oh no.
This is traumatizing.
Yep.
7-year-old me standing up in the bath after holding my breath underwater for 22 seconds. This floor tile exists. How my 5-year-old brain saw this. 8-year-old. Oops, my bad. How it looked versus how it felt. The 4 horsemen of childhood memories. You are 10 years old and just unlocked the ability to become a turtle. Going down this boy. How it looked versus how it felt. Admit it, you have all done these things in childhood. Using your ruler as a sword. Trying to balance a switch between up and down. Using your bed as a trampoline. Closing the refrigerator only to see the light turn off. 6-year-old me at 2 a.m. debating if I should hold my piss in till the morning. Or run down the hall and risk an attack from a demon. 12-year-old me at the toy section. Knowing full well I'm never getting any of it. I'll remember these. You just opened a deep memory as if that didn't exist. Describe a perfect day. 7-year-old me.
Gosh.
Versus what kids see. 6th grade me coming home and opening my first generation iPod Touch. If you didn't learn math on this, you are too young for me. I must be getting old as hell, because what is this? 6-year-old me digging in the sandbox to reach the center of the earth. There's not one unique experience in this video. I still think you gotta be on some voodoo stuff to work with one of these. Play, pause, volume up, down, next back. What's hard to understand about these controls? Burn the witch. The 4 horsemen of a 5-year-old's dream job. When mum says she will be back soon, but the cashier starts scanning the items. He's a kid when I had to throw away the cool stick I found. These smelled so bad and were probably washed once a year. Coming back to see your finished product. Best feeling. These, I can still smell them. You haven't known real fear until you've tried to use one of these. I need all of my public school peeps to help me out. Did anyone else have to play a recorder in elementary school? Specifically, hot cross buns. This is real, I swear. When you stop to look at the new Lego sets for 20 seconds and then your mum disappears. When your ball gets stuck under the car. Retweet if these had a positive impact on your childhood. You could have traded this in for someone's whole lunch. Flashback to when you were a kid and your parents took you to a random event. Let's see what's upstairs. Upstairs. 8-year-olds when they reach the top of this. Stick exists. Kids. Me. Smelling a scent carried by the breeze that takes me back to the happiest days of my childhood. Only to be blown away in an instant. Jumping off a single step. 4-year-old saying, look what I can do. With parents. Me being ill as a kid 2 minutes after parents left home. 9-year-old me running to give my dad his phone because Dave work boss is calling. When you and your friend are at your neighbor's door because you kicked your ball over the fence. 5-year-old me coming to terms with my new life as a nomad after I cannot find my mum at the store. And what sounds would you hear in the garage? Where's my fucking socket? Don't touch a motherfucking thing. Screw this car. Imaginary monster. A cool stick that I found. 10-year-old me. Kids these days will never know the hardships of each week having to overcook a fresh hard-boiled egg yolk for the computer mouse. Seeing Buster getting old hit me right in the childhood feels. Kickballs that have been stuck in the middle school gym since 2011. This was all you needed for a birthday party back in my day. Did you knock on people's doors as a kid and run away before they had a chance to answer? If so, this could be the job for you. Some of y'all didn't grow up with the older player who would WWE chokeslam you onto your couch because he felt like it, and it shows. Why commit murder when you can have one of these? Come on, guys. I'd kill for one of those. I think you're missing the point. Let me just karate chop your ankles real quick. One of the best games of my childhood. Childhood, a time of adventure and wonder. I just heard 2 kids playing outside, and one goes, I do not fear the dark side. Then the other kid goes, you should. And then I just hear a whack noise, then crying. That is the sound of childhood. I might need to have a talk with my daughter, but I'm not even sure what I would say. Where's the ocean? 6-year-old me in front of the TV. I've had this container since I was a kid, and it gets more depressing as I get older. Dinosaurs, markers, medicine. As a child, I had the impression that I would be offered free drugs by strangers much more frequently than the 0 times it's happened. Our schools expect us to stop bullying. You're bothering me. Please stop. Understandable. Have a great day. Yeah, breaking up is sad, but have you ever given away your childhood Lego collection? Online friendships are wild.
I did. This was experience, but I made somebody happy. That makes me happy
lifelong mental illness in the first week, and then 3 years later, you're like, wait, you have a dog? Kids today are missing out on the pre-streaming era, where your childhood was at least partially defined by some semi-obscure movie your family just happened to own on tape, and you watched several dozen times. These days, we'll never know the struggle. Estimated time left, 39 years. Like this, if you still have a Beanie Baby stuffed animal that you had since you were little. One taught me love, one taught me patience, one taught me pain. Teacher, nobody going to lunch until everyone's quiet. 4th grade me. Everyone shut the fuck up. Ah yes, the stages of life. Child, pain, sleep. When you have no life experiences or achievements. Alex, former child, bringing back weird memories from elementary school. 8 years old nowadays, have an iPhone 7 or X. But when I was 8, I had this. Whoever had a PSP when they were 8 were just as spoiled. I had a PSP. I can smell this picture. We all tried to push down every color.
Hell yeah, brother. Hell yeah.
Just do it, okay. The boys waiting outside to see if my mom says yes to them coming in. The ancestors of today's bath bombs, bath beads, the throne of a chief, the throne of a king, the throne of a god. 7-year-old me in the car, wondering why the moon
has been following us.
6-year-old me waiting to die after I accidentally swallowed a little bit of toothpaste. The worst parts of my childhood. 2nd grade me walking into the Scholastic Book Fair with $7 when the same actor is live on 2 different TV channels. 6-year-old me. Yeah, you're old, but are you this old? When you find out your parents' names aren't actually mum and dad, how many other lies have I been told by the council? Who else had a stage in a cafeteria? I'm this old. If you remember this game.
Oh my gosh.
But are you this old? It's all fun and games until you lose one piece. Some of you never got smacked in the face with one of these when you were younger, and it really shows. I went to PE one time with a stuffy nose, got hit one time, and it cleared all my sinuses. 10-year-old me after losing my toys. Canadian eatery puts tiny chairs around the little table that comes inside pizza boxes. My childhood dream has come true. Rare photo of a remote control from the 70s. What do you do with this? A. Pretend it's a lightsaber. B. Bonk it on someone's head. C. Try to fold it. D. Remove the top layer. When your dad bought you candy and now he wants his dad tags. My 4-year-old just said, Dad, why do people make up things that their children have said for social media? Isn't it just inherently dishonest and indicative of an inability to construct a compelling narrative for themselves? What we did as kids versus what we imagined when it was time to watch a movie at school. Out hiking today and came across this ancient civilization. Anybody know what era it's from? To give these bad boys out, giving the dirtiest one to the person you did not like. 6-year-old me. After all, why not? When I was a kid, every time I went to the bathroom, I was paranoid. Like, me when I was 10, pretending to be dead in the pool to see if anyone would care. 8-year-old me, when my mom made me ring people to thank them for my birthday presents. I feel sorry for Netflix era kids. They will never know the high stakes adrenaline of running to the bathroom fridge bedroom in a single ad break with the beckoning call of a sibling screaming, "It's on!" to send you hurtling over the furniture to get back in time. In the 90s, you could say, "Excuse me," instead of "excuse me," and get a laugh. It was wild. What 5-year-olds today have, what I had when I was 5. I had the sudden and shocking realization this morning that some people have never heard the "Oh, where is my hairbrush" song and don't automatically sing it in their heads when they're looking for something. Why is there a cucumber in the shower? Because he took a shower and he now needs to find his hairbrush, obviously. In 1992, I was 12. My dad and I were in the airport. I saw Joe Pesci and I recognized him from Home Alone. I went up to him to ask for his autograph. Joe asked me who my favorite actor was. I said he was. He handed me a crisp $100 and said, "That's the right answer, kid." Scars remind us the past is real. No more snow days. School district replaces wintry days off with online classes. We got out of school at the right time, ladies and gentlemen. We are all forgetting the real forbidden snack. I cannot believe that this place clocked me. I never would have remembered biting down into the seam of these
We all
things,
did this. If you never done this, never do this.
The
But
texture was bad.
those
The
of
taste
you
was
who did
bad,
this,
and
they
yet I
remember.
chomped.
Holy
When I was
shit.
younger, I just wanted the Crayola 64 pack with the built-in sharpener. Practically pooping yourself with excitement when you walked into the PE hall and saw that the apparatus was out. Today's kids will never know how we were the original GPS right from the passenger side. And you better had read fast and correct. Print me the MapQuest directions before we leave. These are the most popular.
Oh my god. God damn it. Like, holy shit, that took me down a memory lane. Oh, man. I had a fun childhood, man. I had a fun childhood. Guys, as always, link to the video down in the description box below. Let me know in the comment section if any of those memes are familiar to you. What was your experience? And I will see you on the next one. Have a good one. Bye bye. Ciao.